All right, we have some guests in our studio this morning. Current Miss Wyoming, Mikaela Shaw. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good to have you back.
Us.
Yeah, nice to see you again. Also, Miss Sheridan County, hoping to be the next Miss Wyoming.
Yeah, good morning.
Cheyenne Buyert, good morning to you. And the big event is coming up Saturday.
Yes, Saturday at 7 at the Wyoming Theater in downtown Sheridan.
I imagine this year feels like it's been a pretty short one for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think every year flies by, but this year in particular has definitely flown by for me.
Been a little busier than most, has it?
Yes, very much so. Between graduating, I took a job abroad with a grant from the University of Wyoming. So I have been Miss America doing that. So it's insane.
Yeah, I'm sure that always kind of it piles on quickly and it just flies by. I'm sure.
Exactly.
What's the highlight for the year?
Oh my gosh. I would say competing at Miss America was definitely really, really cool. I heard a fun fact that I shared with my dad.
Yeah.
So you have a better chance of having a son to play in the Super Bowl than a daughter who goes to Miss America.
Really?
Isn't that cool?
Well, I suppose that does kind of make sense because there's a lot of football players out there compared to contestants there.
It's very true.
Yeah.
But the highlight definitely for me has been competing at Miss America and then traveling around to all the schools and getting to play my violin for students has been huge. So those are probably two.
I bet that would be a great time. What are you planning to do after it's all done and the crown comes off and goes to someone else?
I know. I think I'm going to stay in Wyoming for at least another year. I definitely will come back to Wyoming when I'm older and I want to kind of settle down and everything. But like I had said before, I lived abroad for a little while, so I would love to do that again.
Got a little taste of that, kind of want some more. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I'll definitely come back to Wyoming. I've spent a third of my life in Wyoming and 2/3 of my life in Montana. So I'll definitely come back, but in the meantime, I would like to have some other experiences outside of Wyoming.
Absolutely. And now is the time to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't have kids, not married.
Yeah, that's right.
So why not?
You have no family responsibilities. Get out there and do what you can, and then come back later and take care of all the stuff that ties you down.
Yep.
Yeah. Cheyenne, you're planning to do well, I'm sure, on a Saturday?
Yeah, hopefully.
The standard pageant question, what is your platform?
My platform is called Winning with One, and the one in that refers to type 1 diabetes. So basically my goal through that is just to spread awareness on a national level. If I were to take over the title of Miss Wyoming, I'd like to share that with the nation through Miss America and just awareness for all the aspects of that because there are a lot of stereotypes that go along with diabetes. A lot of people don't understand it.
Kind of a stigma a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. And what it's really like, and because there are a lot of different aspects to it, mental health and physical health and everything. So I'd like to make that known more widely throughout the country.
What would be the first thing you would say to someone if you're starting to kind of introduce them to the topic?
Well, I would first make the distinguishment between type 1 and type 2. Neither type is necessarily good, of course, and they're very different. So I don't want to take away from type 2, even though I'm focused on type 1. But, you know, I'd like to clarify how you get type 1, whether that's genetic or environmental or maybe just a freak thing, and how that's treated as compared to type 2.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting topic. I think you're right. There's a lot of confusion about that. A lot of people just they kind of lump it all together, and
yeah, exactly. They don't mean harm, but it's kind of frustrating, especially when you're a type 1 diabetic like myself, to have to explain that.
I think if you are not personally one, I think that probably you just kind of it's off your radar a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So raising awareness, that should be that's a worthwhile platform for sure. Mikaela, any advice to Cheyenne for the
upcoming pageant?
Yeah,
about the production or just in general?
Just I imagine there's the interview questions are always the stuff people stress about.
Yep.
So I imagine there's a lot of focus put on that. But what doesn't get paid attention to that maybe you ought to?
I've told them all this before, but I think the biggest thing is you're here for a week, so take advantage of all the opportunities and the people that you meet. And the experiences that you get to have during the week so that you're able to walk away with something.
Oh,
whether
even if you don't,
that's the crown or, you know, whatever it may be. Even if you just walk away with the crown, walk away with something in addition to that.
Oh, that's very good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the event's coming up 7 o'clock in the evening at the Wyoming Theater. It should be pretty exciting. It's been here for many years. We have 10 contestants, it looks like, if I'm counting correctly here.
That is correct.
Math is not my strong suit. That was lucky. So this should be a pretty exciting event. And 7 o'clock, how do people get tickets for it? Do you know?
You can actually buy tickets right at the ticket office outside the Wyoming Theater.
Okay.
So there will be performances. I'm playing my violin. You'll get to see all the contestants. compete. The talent portion is by far my favorite.
Sure.
So come down just for the talent portion.
Well,
It's awesome.
That's more diverse, I think.
It is, yeah. You get to see people's personalities really come out. And people work so hard on these talent portions of competition. So you can really see the effort that they put into it.
Cheyenne, what is your talent they're going to do?
My talent is a modern dance.
Modern dance. Yes. What makes a dance modern dance?
Well, I mean, you can call it modern or lyrical, contemporary. There's a lot of different names for it, but it's kind of just a slower, more expressive form of dance. So, I mean, it's kind of like barefoot, you know, not tap or jazz or anything, not so flashy, but just very expressive and emotional.
Is it
the song?
Is it more is it more constrained as far as rules go, or is it more opened up as to?
It's very free with the body and everything, you know, large movements and flowy and stuff. But the song I'm dancing to is actually Wild Horses by Natasha Bedingfield. So kind of some Wyoming spirit in there.
There you go. Yeah, you got to tie that in. Absolutely. Well, with a name like Cheyenne, you got to end up being Miss Wyoming. I mean, how can you not?
Be perfect.
That you've got that in your favor at least. That's one point. Ladies, thank you very much for being here this morning. We hope to see everyone out at 7 o'clock Saturday at the Wyoming Theater.